Good morning, I'm Barbara, and welcome to Barbara's Bulletin. Today, we're focusing on a developing story out of France, where the government has announced significant strides in its fight against drug trafficking. French Justice Minister Gerald Darmanin revealed that France has obtained a freeze on approximately 40 properties in Dubai, including apartments and luxury villas, suspected of being linked to drug trafficking operations in France. These properties, purchased with cash or cryptocurrencies, are part of a broader effort by France to combat international drug traffic through judicial cooperation with the United Arab Emirates. This cooperation has already led to the extradition of 14 alleged major traffickers from the UAE to France this year, with requests for the arrest and extradition of around 15 more individuals deemed highly dangerous. This move comes as France intensifies its crackdown on drug trafficking both domestically and internationally. Following a suspected mob killing in Marseille, which was seen as an intimidation tactic against those fighting drug-related crime, Interior Minister Laurent Nunez underscored France's commitment to accelerating international cooperation on this matter. It's a complex issue that touches on the heart of global efforts to combat organized crime and drug trafficking. The fact that drug traffickers have been able to accumulate wealth and assets in countries like the UAE highlights the challenges faced by law enforcement agencies worldwide in tracking and seizing illicitly gained assets. As France and its international partners work together to dismantle these networks, it's clear that cooperation and the sharing of intelligence will be key. The freezing of these properties is a significant step forward, demonstrating that when nations collaborate, they can achieve tangible results in the fight against drug trafficking. We'll continue to follow this story and bring you updates as more information becomes available. For now, it's a reminder of the ongoing battle against organized crime and the importance of international cooperation in keeping our communities safe. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. We're diving into a plethora of news from around the globe, and today is no exception. Let's take a look at what's happening in Japan, where a diplomatic spat with China is starting to have some real-world consequences. Reports are emerging that Chinese tour groups are beginning to cancel their trips to Japan, which could have a significant impact on the country's tourism industry. Meanwhile, in other news from Japan, a massive fire has engulfed over 170 buildings in the city of Oita, leaving one resident missing and several others injured. The fire broke out in a densely populated coastal district and was fueled by strong winds, making it difficult for firefighters to bring under control. We're also seeing some interesting developments in the world of business, as Japanese companies are being advised to change their mindset about investing in Africa. With the Tokyo International Conference on African Development having taken place recently, there's a growing recognition of the vast economic opportunities that the continent has to offer. Additionally, Japan is dealing with its own internal issues, including a recent incident where a woman thought to have been killed by a bear actually died of hypothermia. This story highlights the importance of accurate reporting and not jumping to conclusions. In other international news, the US and China are still at odds over Taiwan, with China announcing plans to reimpose a ban on Japanese seafood imports. This move is seen as a retaliatory measure against Japan's support for Taiwan. Japanese governor is also set to approve the restart of the world's biggest nuclear plant, a decision that has sparked debate among locals and environmentalists. As we continue to follow these stories and more, it's clear that the world is full of complex and interconnected issues. We'll keep bringing you the latest updates and analysis, so stay informed and up to date with us. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. As we wrap up today's show, we're taking a look at a few developing stories from around the world. In South Korea, a ferry carrying nearly 270 people has run aground on rocks off the country's west coast. Fortunately, there have been no reports of casualties, and rescue efforts are underway to ensure the safe evacuation of all passengers and crew members. Meanwhile, in Japan, a fire in the southern city of Oita has forced the evacuation of over 170 buildings, with one person still missing. The cause of the blaze is currently under investigation, but it's believed that strong winds played a role in its spread. Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi has dispatched a military helicopter to assist with the response efforts. In other news, Haiti is still grappling with the aftermath of a devastating earthquake, and international aid efforts are ongoing. The situation remains dire, with many families left without access to basic necessities like food, water, and shelter. We're also keeping an eye on developments in El Salvador, where the government's crackdown on gang violence has sparked both praise and criticism from human rights groups. As the situation continues to unfold, we'll be bringing you updates and insights from experts on the ground. Finally, in Haiti's neighboring country, the Dominican Republic, a recent surge in tourism has brought new economic opportunities, but also raised concerns about environmental sustainability and cultural preservation. That's all for today's Barbara's Bulletin. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay engaged.